Welcome, dear learners, to Study to Shine's Python at School series. In the previous video, we successfully installed the Python IDLE in our system. And now in this video, we will get acquainted with Python IDLE. Well, the curious might be wondering, what is the full form of IDLE? IDLE stands for Integrated Development Environment. I integrated, DL development, E stands for environment. And it has two main window types, shell window and editor window. And another feature is that it allows us to distinguish input, output and error messages by different color codes. So now let's move to idle. This is our IDLE, or I prefer calling it idle. This is the shell prompt. At shell prompt, we give input to the Python interpreter. The interpreter then returns the result and displays it simultaneously. Let's just write anything. I've written 5 and I'm pressing enter, and I see that the Python interpreter has returned 5 as a result to me, and that too in the blue color. Let's try something else now. Maybe my Python. Oh, but it's giving an error, and as you can see that errors are shown in red color. So what is the problem? It says invalid syntax. Maybe I have put a space, extra space in between. Let me see. Oh, again it gives an error. It says my Python is not defined, but I want my Python to be treated as a string, just a simple string. To create strings in Python, we use quotes. So now again I'm going to write my Python, and let's see whether it gives us an error or not. No. And you can see that whatever we enclosed in quotes is shown in green color. One thing I want to tell you here is that you can also use double quotes. So if I write my Python again in double quotes, again it is the same. So strings can be enclosed in both single quotes and in double quotes. Now let's just try some mathematical operations on Python. Okay, great. It gives us 11. Let's write maybe welcome and Python. Wow, it works again. It gives us an output as welcome Python. Now you must have observed that when plus here was used with numeric values, numbers, we were getting a numeric value as an answer as well. It was actually performing mathematical operation of addition. But when we are writing plus here, in between two strings, it is concatenating. Concatenating means joining. It is joining these two strings together. Let's just try maybe subtraction with decimal values. Does it work? Oh yes, it does. Right? So one thing that is very important to be told at this time is that Python is a dynamically typed language. And since it is a dynamically typed language, it identifies the data type on the basis of the value enter. Now, how do we know that what data type is Python associating with different values? For that, we need and we use a function called type. The type function accepts value as the input. So if I want to find out the value of 3.4, then I will write type 3.4 and will press an enter. You can see it informs that it is a float. Let's check for 4 as well. It informs that it is an integer. Let's check for quotes enclosed values. It is maybe Python. And we see that it shows us it's a string. So we have three types of data types demonstrated here: float, int, and string. The decimal values qualify as float, the non-decimal values qualify as integer, and the values enclosed in quotes are considered as string. When I say values enclosed in quotes, I mean even if I write type 567, you will find the output as string because 567 has been enclosed in quotes. Therefore, it is treated as a string. There are other data types as well in Python that we will discuss in the next session. Right now, we will concentrate on these three: integer, string, and float. Now, for example, if you want to repeat a command, see, it is not possible to make changes here. I am trying to change, but I am unable to. So, in order to make changes, what we can do is we can take our cursor with the help of arrow key, press enter, you will find that the command is pasted on the prompt, and then you can make your changes and execute command again. You can practice the statements in the below Python interpreter embedded using Python. You can also attempt the assignments for gaining confidence. The answers of the assignments have also been included for your reference. Wishing you happy learning and thanks for watching.